Just as a disclaimer, the music you are hearing is not mine. I am working on finishing up a snack. My head just get in there. Look at that. How did my head get in that picture? You didn't see that. Das ist verboten. So I am streaming on the main computer as far as my music setup. I'll probably turn the music off once I connect and set up my keyboard here, which I sort of haven't done yet. I gotta set these stream titles because that's what I got to do. Yada yada yada. So the main topic of discussion today is my Korg ONW synthesizer. And I took practically a whole day to repair it. I'll talk a little bit about that. So the inverter that powers up the display is quite a small little transformer. So I just left it the way it was. I seem to have, I thought I put some super glue on it, but I think what I did was I wrapped some tape around it to try to keep the noise down. On that inverter. That seems to be done. That seems to be done. I'm setting up my stream here. That's all done. And there's my view for hello. Twitch. Yeah, Twitch. So while this music is playing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this keyboard, just this keyboard, because, well, I have a keyboard down here underneath, and the keyboard underneath actually controls the keyboard up top. The keyboard up top is the O&W, and the one on the bottom is Casio, and it does a really good job. I'm very surprised how good the MIDI connects and plays the notes and so on and so forth. And the reason why it's not connected is because the one input cable to the O&W is connected to a patch bay, which technically I don't really need right now, but it's connected right now anyway. And so the other thing, I replaced the battery in the Korg ONW. And it's possible that I didn't notice this when I took it apart, but it's possible that the two keys that weren't working, that there's a small, like there's a metal, it's like a relay, it's a relay contacts that go underneath the key. And so I didn't notice this, but it's possible that that relay contact strip on the end was pushed ahead, so that when you push the key down, it bypassed that relay switch. So I noticed some of the relay switches seemed a little bit off-centered, and most of them were pretty well lined up. I did not take the relay strips. The relay strips on the board are fixed in place. I don't believe you can move those, but I think you might be able to adjust them, when you put it back on. But that would have been more of a major job, which I didn't want to get into. So I did the best I could to straighten out that key, that relay strip, because it was like bent pretty bad. And I said to myself, okay, Then when I went to put it back together, something happened. I put the key in and it bent it again, like the second time. This may have been like 3 times this little relay strip was bent. So I straightened it up again. You keep bending that really thin piece of metal, eventually it's just gonna break right the frick off, And I'm like, oh my God, you've gotta be kidding me. So I'm guessing that that's why it failed, is because that relay strip got bent out of shape and it was missing the contact when I pressed the key down. I knew it was a mechanical issue because I played all the notes on the bottom keyboard to test the notes on the top. Everything worked fine. So I knew it was not electrical or electronic, it was mechanical. So that's why I said, okay, I'm gonna clean it. And I also took contact cleaner and I sprayed all of the relay contacts, and I really doused them pretty good. So the keyboard's been kind of drying for like 2 or 3 days now. So I think it's ready. Now what else? Think of anything else. So I have 2 computer setups. There's a computer underneath here, and what that does is right now it's connected via this blue network cable right here. I don't know if you can see it that well, but that network cable is connected to the MIDI patch bay, which is underneath the Korg ONW, and it provides information both ways to the computer that's under the table. However, there was a problem. For some reason, now this is an extension cable, an extension USB. It's possible that trying to transmit the data back into the computer, from the computer to the keyboard wouldn't work because of the extension cable. It wouldn't transmit the data, or something went wrong. I don't know what happened. So I said, okay, I'm going to connect the network cable to my other Windows 7 computer, which is sort of up here. And I used that computer. I used a USB chip to transfer the MIDI data from the computer that's underneath to the computer up on top here, which is actually in the basement. And lo and behold, this computer has a extension cable along with a hub, a USB hub. Okay, so I was very, very lucky. to be able to transmit the data from this computer back into the keyboard, so that now I can get my music and my sequences that are like 20 years old from my discs. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to turn on the computer underneath. It's going to load up. Once it turns on and I get it all set up here, I've got the keyboard, I have a mouse. Where the hell? Where? Oh, that's right here. So I've got a mouse right here that I use for the computer that's underneath, and I'm going to run a program called MIDI aux, and what that does is it controls the data going back and forth between the computer and the keyboard and the patch bay and whatever. Now somebody was in earlier and they said to turn up the buffer or make the buffer larger to transfer this data, and it wouldn't work. The larger the buffer, the quicker it shut off. So I figured, okay, I'm going to do smaller buffers. The smaller buffers with the extra time delay of 120 milliseconds between each packet that's sent back and forth worked very well. So that, and I'm sorry that you can't see any of that on this other computer. That's just the way it is. I'm not moving the camera or whatever. It's called a MIDI aux program. Yep. So I'm going to stop this video over here, and I'm going to go on this computer here, and why this looks a little stupid, I don't know, but I'm going to stop that one. I'm monitoring the stream on this computer over here. Okay, before I hook up any of the sound, which it's already connected, I've got to connect my cables. I got to connect my power cable to the Korg. When I first turn it on, I'm kind of hoping that the display is going to be brighter, because that was another problem. Replacing the battery that was in there was like, God, it must be 15 years or more, right? And it was reading 3.0 volts when I took it out. The new battery, and as a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and look that up. It was reading 3.3, so I think that those 2032 cell batteries read 3.3 volts. Let's see. Typically considered dead when it drops below 2 volts. The average voltage of a 2032 cell battery is 3 volts. No, that's not true. AI, you can kiss it, because that is not true. It's 3.3 volts. This fellow was reading 3.29 on his little meter. Well, they're all saying 3 volts, okay, but I contend that it's more like 3.3, a brand new battery. So regardless of that situation, let's go ahead and do this and see what happens. discombobulated because normally I don't have it set up like this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We had a problem, Houston. Well, it's okay. As long as it reads the data and I can send the data to the computer and save it, I'm okay. When this thing first turns on, what's going to happen over here in the display? It's going to say initial INIT program combination, whatever. And the reason for that is because when you take the battery out, all of the RAM storage or whatever that's alive in there is going to get reset. So I'm going to turn it on first, and I'm going to look for that. Now they said what I was seeing on YouTube is that when you turn on the power button, you hold the compare. You hold the compare and the reset button over here. You hold these two buttons down, and then you power on the keyboard from in behind, and that brings up what you're supposed to do. I'm going to attempt to just load the data from the ROM without doing that reset, because the reset, I guess you would call it a hard reset when you hold these two buttons down and then power on the keyboard. That would be like a hard reset. So I'm going to go to global and load the data from the ROM, and that would be called a soft reset. So I'm going to try that first, and if that doesn't work, then we'll do the hard reset attempt. Yep. So now I've got to set up my MIDI tables. Which for some reason switch here. That must be the plug for the Korg. Let's get this out of the way. I'm going to fire up. Actually, you know what? I'm going to fire up the keyboard. I'm going to fire up the keyboard first. And get the stereo channel set up correctly. This stuff here is still discombobulated. Controller, which is supposed to control the effects on my digital audio workstation, which is called DAW. That all gets connected up later. Those are my effects, which once I get the keyboard set up, I'm going to work on those effects. The send and receive on my primary mixer does not seem to be working whatsoever. You tell me, you know? So I'm going to drop this cable here so it's out of the way. This is my illustrious guitar cable. And we'll just set it right there. And it's a little happy home. I really should fix this network cable for this controller, but I'm a little anxious. That's all connected. That's connected. That's connected. I'll turn this down. Audio levels are okay. I got some stuff here that really shouldn't be there, but it is. This is a bit of a mess here. We'll deal with this later. What I could do is I could bring up some music on the other computer, and we're gonna test the sound and so on and so forth coming from the other computer, which I use that to send music from. So now let's go ahead and turn this music off on the main computer so we can listen for noise. I'm going to crank up my audio. It's cranked. Like, I don't hear nothing. So what's going to happen is when I connect these two mixers together, I tend to get noise. So let's have a listen for that. Now I don't hear it. Let's see if the mixer comes on, if it's connected here. It might not be. Yeah, okay, so my mixer is connected to a power box down below, which also powers on the computer. It's back there, but that's not connected yet. So I'm going to fire that up. Sorry about that. All right, now we're going to bring up some music on the other computer. What do I use? I use well, let's use Firefox over there. Let's get all my tabs on it, I think. Man, what the hell is wrong with this freaking mouse? Like, my room is restricted here. I don't like it very much. Let's go to, we want, actually there's what's called a test tone, which I should actually probably use. But now this computer is not connected yet. is going on here? Did they get rid of that? What the hell is going on? I don't give a shit about YouTube Premium. Stupid ad. Okay, here we go. We're playing some music now. All right, so I'm going to switch the audio from the computer that's down below, which I did manage to connect. And I was quite impressed that that did not make any noise, like whatsoever. I was really impressed with that. Go ahead, play your stupid advertisement. Oh my god, another fucking ad. All I hit was pause, and it just threw an ad right in my face, you know? Alright, so I'm not sure exactly which cable it is. I'm pretty sure it's one of these. I don't know which one. Let's just go ahead and play this, and then I can hear it when it comes on. Yep, I don't think it's that one. Let's try this one here.
Thing I ever seen.
Okay, it's this cable, but one of the channels is not working. Let me try to sort this crap out here. Which I can't seem to be able to do. I'm sort of sorting and organizing as I go here. Oh, shit. So this probably has to go underneath of this? No, I think this should go on top. I got my, I got an effects processor in the way, so I'm just rerouting over the top of that so it goes in behind. Well, see, that computer kind of adds a little bit of noise, doesn't it? Alright, now, I don't have any sound coming out of the right channel on that. Damn it, I hate these. I hope I don't lose my temper tonight, right now. Alright, so I don't know what's going on here. I don't have sound. Let me switch these and see what's going on. Wait, what the fuck is happening? Yeah, there's no sound coming out of the right channel. God damn it. Why? which totally, I want to say some bad words right now. Honestly, I do. Alright, so I'm just going to leave that disconnected, and I'm going to shut this off over here. Alright. The time is at hand. We did get a channel working, whatever. So we know the stereo's connected here. Now we're going to turn this on, and hopefully, I'm going to take my earbuds off and just work with the keyboard and make sure it doesn't smoke. Alright. I do like Paul in the Alien movie. He claps his hands. Oh, let me see what I can do here. Yeah. What I'm hoping is that the display is going to be brighter because I put in a new battery. But I don't hold my hopes up for that. Here we go. Okay, so the humming sound from the inverter is still there. It is coming on, and I cannot hardly see the display. Turn off all this light. I've got reflections. Yeah, I can't see the display. However, what I'm going to do, I do have some glasses, and let me see if that actually helps, because I had an eyeball changed. Boy, what? Yep. I was totally blind in my right eye. I mean, not totally blind where you couldn't see, but it was cataract. It was all fuzzy. I couldn't see nothing. It was all fuzzy in my right eye, so I had it fixed. And they want to charge me $600 for glasses tests. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I'm over 65. Fix this shit, Now, it sounds like that inverter's a little bit louder than it was before. In fact, I pretty much know it is. Actually, no, come to think of it, the new LED display that they're putting in doesn't require that inverter, which is a thought. Alright, I'm going to put these glasses on, and let's see if it makes a difference here. Oh, yes, it sure does. I can see with the glasses, but I don't like to use them. But I don't have no choice, So, okay, because it makes me dizzy. If I use the other eye, I can't see through it. Wait, let me... Yeah, I need to have the other eye fixed. Anyway, let's go to global, and let's adjust this contrast. Now it's set to 1. You go to program. So it says init program, init combi. That means that when I replace the battery, it reset everything. Alright, so we're going to listen to this. And hopefully, when I get my earplugs on and I start playing music, that I don't hear that damn humming from the inverter, which is a major pain in the pitushka. Now, I don't know what the hell is right and what's left on this stupid earbud either. I'm assuming the one with the tag is the right ear, or left ear. Who the hell knows? Okay, so my hearing, like I can hardly hear in my right ear, and it's a high-pitched sound, so I'm not hearing it anyway. So what's going to happen is that even when I change the sounds, the sound is going to sound all the same, and I'm not touching those keys that I fixed yet. So see how dead it sounds? Let's go to another one. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to attempt to do a soft reset. To do that, we go to ROM, we load combination. It says it's been completed, and the winner is yes. It works. It worked. So it's loud. Another thing, I don't know why the volume is so loud. It's like I've got to turn the volume down on this mixer, which I sort of really don't want to do. I'll do the right stereo and left a bit later here. And of course, it's overdriving my this is not right here. It's overdriving my OBS a little. Is this the pan? Oh, that's auxiliary. Where's the pan? Yeah. Oh wait, this should be up though. For my guitar. It's like the volume level. Oh, there's a gain set on one of these. Aha. I didn't notice that before. I might have hit that by accident. Alright, so let's test these keys. We're going to go to program mode. Let's test the damper first. I'm kind of curious about the damper. Oh god, I've got a dead key. And I don't have a dead key. That's that key. I took that key out and tried to do something with it because I thought it was going to... Okay, let's go test these keys. Oh, God. I gotta crank it up a bit. That key is dead. I mean, it plays, but it's dead. So I'm playing with my little finger. That's a heavily used key, too. What was wrong with that? I don't know. Let's just go through the keys and hope for the best here. I'll let you know the key that wasn't working when I get to it. So far so good. Now here comes the key that I fixed, and the winner is... Hey! Yeah! I fixed it! worried that what's going to happen, the more I hit that, it's going to do something. It should flatten out. You would think it should flatten out that tab on the relay switch instead of bend it in. You know. It's working. It's a little bit soft. There's another problem. Okay, so I've got an octave that's playing soft. It was playing soft before. Now, whether or not, and when I electronically changed the octaves in the global setting, and that octave moved, and even though it moved, it still sounded dead. Um, that's a problem inside the electronics of the keyboard, which is nothing I can do about. Maybe we'll see if we can pick that up. It doesn't. I really only noticed it in certain instruments, so we'll see what happens. Let's just go through these keys, and I got one other key, and now I've got this C. It's a C D sharp key. That's yeah. I don't want to take it apart again. All right, here we go. Now that sounded funny. Now see, I wonder if this is the octave. Now it actually only sounds like a couple of keys instead of the whole octave. See how bassy that sounds? See how that sounds bassy. But when I go, that does not sound bassy. This one does. That does not sound bassy. That key is sounding a little dead. Those are my most used keys. Is that chord? I've got to look at there's an aftertouch strip. Now I don't know why the key sounds dead unless the contact itself is not making a good contact or something. I don't know why. If the sound is there, you would think it would be all the way there, not just soft, you know, like these back here. They sound very bassy. It's possible that in the piano sound, there is some things that you can do to sets of keys, and I don't know. I haven't gone into it that much. The keyboard on the bottom is not set for the input. I have that set for the computer. That's where it's going to get boring. I'm going to run a couple of discs and send the disc into the computer, and then when I'm done, I'm just going to go ahead and do that offline. Anyway, see, there's no bass sound here. possible that all the keys below that C key could have a different tonal setting in the program. Let's go from that middle C all the way up and let's listen to the keys. That sounds sharp. Not as sharp as that one. See the difference? Doesn't have that pizzazz. I got two soft keys, and I was questioning them when I put it back together. Okay, all good so far. Now we go to the second key that did not work. That's coming up now. Here we go. It works. I fixed two keys. Hey! All the keys work. Oh, baby. The display actually looks a little brighter, believe it or not. And if I use my glasses, I can see the display quite well, but I'm not used to these glasses. I'm not used to all the things that's on the keyboard itself. Let's go to, we're going to go to the different pages, or not. Edit program. Yeah, everything is set to 0. Wait, there's a velocity filter. A keyboard track -43 at key A sharp 4. EG intensity is 72. Velocity sense is +62. EG time velocity sense is 12. EG time keyboard track is 05. And there's a bunch of other settings. There's attack. For example, if I go to this attack section here and change it, let's listen to this key. That's the soft key. Listen to this here. Now there's no attack, see, because I'm... That's full attack right there. Settings, even though I didn't write them. Uh-oh, that key is sounding really dead. That's the one I fixed. keys are drowning out that key that I fixed. The keyboard on the bottom, I mean, you know, I could readjust the overall sensitivity of the keys on top in order to, when I play the keyboard on the bottom and MIDI control the one on top, it's a lot more sharper. It's like a louder, more sharp sound. So I may have to adjust something somewhere, maybe on the global mode or something, to lessen the attack on all of the keys. But that key is definitely dying. I gotta really hit it hard to get a sound out of it, and I can't do that with my index finger or whatever. The other keys drowned it out. Wasn't even working at all, you know? So if I go to a combination, now it's got an after effect on it's got the synths in the after. Touch probably works pretty good. I shouldn't have to do that. So why that is like that, I cleaned the key. The other possibility is I could switch keys. Maybe the little tab that's underneath the key itself is a little bit smaller and it's not pushing it down all the way or something. Or there's still something wrong with that tab. Or I could set my keyboard sound up the way I like it. I mean, for the most part, the sound is there if I hit it hard. So if I like the sound, and then I play it from the bottom, and then I readjust the overall sound to make it more softer, like this, like. is like perfect. It's perfect. I can hit a key and it will just show up. Now I don't know about the After Effects or the Aftertouch, that kind of stuff. I really don't know. I'd have to work with it, at a different point in time. But that sounds awful bassy, don't it? Sounds like that alien movie. Okay, this one has got a little maracas thing in the background. You can hear it really good there. It's definitely not there. It's got a trumpet sound. Hit it really hard, you get that third sound. I'm not hearing. I wonder if that sound should even be there. Like, You really got to bang on it to get that other sound in. That's crazy. I don't want to hit the keyboard that hard, Now that's got another sound to it. It's got a bass sound in it. That's that key that I fixed. That harmonic is different too, and underneath. That's where they added a sound to it or something. I don't know what they did. I think I've got too much bass on the mixer. It's because I'm using a mixer for the inputs setup. I think I might be too much bass. I don't know. I gotta set up the channel too, don't I? Or do I? I should, but most everything is just right left anyway. Look, Ma, no hands. bass on the bottom, I think. Now that's way too much bass for my taste. Let's see. Hell is this shit? Let's try this one here. Get all this shit out of the way. Oh, you know what? I've got an EQ on that stupid thing too that I forgot about. The EQ's got the bass up. I gotta maybe set that to flat or something. I get a message. So, for the most part, the two keys work. The display is fine. I think I may end up going to slurp.